Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am Rebecca. Well, Becca. And I welcome all of you. Today I will be doing this fun little illustration. And if you guys don't know me, I am a small business owner, illustrator, and author. And I'm going to be doing this little illustration, as I said, for my OC for one of the books that I am currently drafting. Her name is Sabrina. As you can see by the ears, no, she is not a vampire. This one is not a vampire. Okay, guys, calm down. I do have vampires in my world, but she is actually half fae, half human. So I'm actually very interested and very excited to be drawing her because I'm currently drafting this book. I'm still in draft 1, but I am also doing, I just started act 2 of this book. I have everything outlined, so I know what I'm going with. When it comes to her clothes, this is not like a period, like historical period, anything from my books or anything, because this is completely kind of a different universe-ish. You can kind of think of that. And I actually did want to make like a different style, if you could say, for this part of I would say it would be considered like a state in my little world and where she lives. So they are actually a little bit old-fashioned. They do have like balls and everything, especially like Bridgerton wise. I really love that, but I've already used to love those elegant balls that they used to have back then, so I really love the idea of still having them maybe kind of mash it up with a little bit of nowadays fashion, but with a historical touch to it. So this is kind of how I imagined this place in the story. And she's simply there because she has one simple goal, which she does not achieve in the very first act of this book. And I really enjoyed that about it, with also the main character, which I simply am completely in love with all my main characters. I think I do understand why it's so hard to write romance nowadays, especially trying not to make it insta-love. So I do understand how hard it is now, especially like sitting down and actually getting the work done. I can understand why. Just a little break. I do want to tell you guys that I will be having a May sale. On the 18th of May, I am putting everything, well, almost everything up on my store for a really big sale, and it's going to go until June. So you guys are going to have so much fun, and I am putting all of my stickers, all of my bookmarkers, digital products, they will be all on sale, and also a few prints. They're going to be all 50% off for technically like a month. So you guys are going to have so much. It's going to be like the entire store technically. And I'm also doing this because I am going to be starting to prepping myself for a new shop launch, shop update. I always mix that up, but I am preparing myself to start preparing all of the little thingies for my shop update, and it's probably gonna be 2 collections because I do want to get everything ready for Halloween before September. So hopefully July, like mid-July, beginning of August, I will be having my shop launch, and there will be very much lots of new things, lots of new stickers, bookmarkers, and a few prints. Since I've already updated a couple of prints, I'm going to be focusing more on stickers and bookmarkers and a couple of digital goodies as well. So don't forget to mark it down on your calendars. May 18th starts my shop sale, and you guys are gonna get 50% off for like everything, technically everything. And let's get back into my drawing. I'm already coloring everything. I have been making a lot of more clothes with a lot more sleeve, well, like a lot more folds, because the more folds I draw, the better I get at it. The better I get at it. And I mean, I do feel like I have been getting better. I still need to learn a little bit more, but from how I used to do a lot of the folds, I have realized that I have managed to get a couple in the way I wanted, and others I still need to get a little bit more, like a little bit better. When it comes to this illustration, I was actually very happy with the colors that I chose. It actually has a lot of this character in her, especially with the choices, because here I'm kind of seeing her in a more like I said, I wanted to mix up a little bit of historical and a little bit more of nowadays fashion, and I kind of think like she's just wearing like a knee-high dress, but it kind of emulates a little bit more of that historical period with all the details and obviously all the fluffy sleeves and everything. So I really wanted that in her fashion. The only thing I did not add to this illustration is the fact that she technically wears a lot of floral clothing, but especially her dresses have a lot of floral in it. I think there's only like 2 or 3 dresses that I intend purposely in the book for her not to be wearing floral, but most of them she's simply just wearing floral all the time. And I really love that about her, because it just shows that, you know, she's very feminine. She knows her worth, she knows she's beautiful, and she knows she can still kick ass with a dress. And that's literally what I wanted to do with her, especially that's also something I did with my other OC, Margaret, which I'm going to put her picture up here, and I will also be linking the video down below and also in the cards if you guys would like to go watch the video. And she's also technically in a dress there, and I have been pretty happy making all of this small little decisions to draw and get comfortable drawing my own characters, because I do intend on actually drawing my own book covers. So I'm kind of dabbling into getting a little bit more comfortable in seeing my characters in my own style, helping with a little bit more of visualization. I know I can get like actors or like people on Pinterest to help me visualize how I want them to look, but I do feel that being a creative person and also being an artist, I should get a little bit out of my comfort zone and do it myself. I know I could pay someone to do it if I don't like it, but I do want to be able to do it myself and know that, you know, like, this is how they look in my art style. This is how I envision them. And I hope that, like, maybe it will grow in me and I will change a few things here. Maybe I'll change like hair, a little bit of the styling of the clothes. I don't know, just like little momentums, but just getting myself accustomed to actually drawing my OCs is going to be very fun for me. Even if I do end up changing them completely and they kind of end up looking a little bit different than they did from before, but I think that is technically okay for the fact that if that actually does happen, it just means that my art style has evolved and this is how I'm more comfortable in seeing them, because when it comes to fan art, and I kind of have this love that people are going to love my book and love my story so much, and there will be fan art, and it will be fan art involved in various different styles, and I want to be able to love the styles that everyone does and still appreciate my own, and knowing that, you know, I actually gave them a little bit more of a visualization from what they read in the books. So that's technically one of the reasons why I'm doing this. And I know it's a hassle because, you know, I'm a creative person and I want to write my stories, but I also want to draw. And I don't think I will dabble into comics anytime soon, because there is so much on comics that could happen. I think if I ever wanted to do a comic, I'll definitely pay someone to do it for me, because it takes a lot of time to actually sit down and do that for yourself, and that is not kind of the direction that I want to go in at this moment. I just want to get my story out first, and we'll see what happens later on, and just have a little bit more of some visualizations and everything. But if I do end up drawing her again, I will definitely end up changing her up a little until I get to a point where I actually do enjoy or feel like that is the best representation of her. So that is technically what I'm doing. I did change up a little bit how I do my hair now. Even though I do still love the way I did it before, I do love the way I'm doing it now. I feel like it takes way less time and it helps me get the hair where I want it a little bit more faster, and it still gives like a little bit realistic, very flowy hair to what I want it to look like. Yeah, that is technically everything for this image or for my story that I wanted to do, and I'm actually very happy because I'm taking a step out of something that I normally don't do, which is folds, and just being happy with it. I'm also very happy that I did this illustration. I wanted it to be a little bit different when it came to lighting. She is under an umbrella in the daylight, so I did want her to be a little bit more in shadow, because I am so accustomed to having all of my illustrations be very bright, very heavy on the light, and I decided to make it a little bit darker. And I do say that just me having a little bit fun drawing the Sailor Moon that I did, which was more of a nighttime illustration, did help me get a little bit I wasn't scared anymore to try and do it with a little bit of a darker tone and just have a little bit more fun with it and add a little bit more shadow. So it was actually really fun to do that, and I can't wait to do another one for you guys as well. So if you're still here, please don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget that May 18th I will be putting my shop on sale, and also on Monday I will also be adding a little video on my Patreon, and it will be my memo illustration, just that it won't be sped up, real time. Of course, I'm going to take out the boring bits for you guys because you don't need to see me thinking for 300 hours, but you guys will get to see my process in real time and the lengthiness of how I did all of it, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. And yeah, I will see and catch you guys again next week for more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a great day, There are a couple of videos here you guys could see, also in the description or in the cards above, or you can just click on the screen as well when it shows up. And I'll catch you guys next week for more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.